You've probably mispronounced this word your entire life. Worcestershire sauce. It's Worcestershire. But here's what's weirder than the pronunciation. There's a secret ingredient hiding in your kitchen right now that tastes like fish, but you'd never know it. Anchovies. Yeah, if you love Worcestershire sauce, you've been eating fish the whole time. Today, we're uncovering how this 200-year-old condiment accidentally became a global phenomenon. The story is weird, the process is fascinating, and honestly, you're going to appreciate that bottle sitting in your pantry way more after this. Let's get into it. Worcestershire sauce was born in the 1830s in, you guessed it, Worcestershire, England. But the story isn't as straightforward as you might think. Legend has it that a nobleman named Lord Sandys returned to England from Bengal, India, craving a sauce he'd enjoyed during his travels. He approached two chemists, Lea and William Perrins, to recreate this exotic flavor. The duo attempted to make the sauce, but found the result so unpalatable that they stashed the jar away in their basement. Here's where it gets interesting. They completely forgot about it. A couple of years later, while cleaning, they rediscovered the barrel and decided to give it another taste. To their astonishment, fermentation had transformed the mixture into something magical, complex, savory, and utterly delicious. In 1837, they began commercial production of what we now know as Lea and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. Is this story 100% accurate? Historical records are a bit fuzzy, but what we do know is that Lea and Perrins hit on something special, and their sauce quickly became a global sensation. For many years, the exact recipe for Worcestershire sauce was a closely guarded secret. Even today, major producers like Lea and Perrins keep specific details under wraps. However, we know the primary ingredients that give this condiment its distinctive character. At its core, Worcestershire sauce contains vinegar, the base, molasses for sweetness and color, sugar, additional sweetness, salt, enhances flavors, anchovies, that crucial umami element, tamarind extract for tang, onions and garlic, aromatic depth, spices like cloves and pepper, complexity. It's the anchovies that often surprise people. Yes, those little fish are responsible for much of Worcestershire's distinctive umami punch. If you've been enjoying this sauce but hate seafood, sorry to break it to you. You've been loving anchovies all along. What truly sets Worcestershire sauce apart from other condiments is its lengthy fermentation process. This isn't a quick mix and bottle situation. Traditional Worcestershire production begins with combining vinegar and molasses. Then comes the addition of anchovies, which start to break down in the acidic environment, releasing glutamates, the compounds responsible for umami flavor. Onions, garlic, tamarind, and various spices combine to create a complex flavor base. Now comes the waiting game, and I mean a serious waiting game. According to the legend of Lea and Perrins' discovery, the original barrel was forgotten for somewhere between 18 months and several years before someone rediscovered it, gathering dust. The exact timeline varies depending on which version of the story you read, but the result was the same. Fermentation had worked its magic. Today, Lea and Perrins follows that tradition by transferring the mixture to wooden casks, where it officially ferments for a minimum of 18 months. During this period, enzymatic and bacterial processes transform the harsh, disparate ingredients into a harmonious blend. The proteins break down, flavors meld, and the sauce develops its characteristic depth. Think about that. When you grab that bottle from your pantry, you're using something that took about 2 years to create. That's some serious patience for a splash of flavor. Later in the video, we'll explore the modern manufacturing process, the differences between brands, and some fascinating uses for this versatile sauce. Now we've come to what is arguably the most crucial step in making Worcestershire sauce, the aging process. This isn't just a brief waiting period. It's where the complex flavors develop and harmonize into that unmistakable taste we all know. After all the ingredients are combined, the mixture is transferred to wooden casks or barrels, where it will remain for months or even years. This isn't some marketing gimmick. Aging is absolutely essential to developing authentic Worcestershire flavor. During this period, the mixture ferments naturally, breaking down the raw ingredients and transforming them into something entirely new. Lea and Perrins, the original creators, age their sauce for a minimum of 18 months, though some premium versions might age for up to 3 years. Think about that next time you dash some on your burger. You're enjoying something that's been carefully developing its flavor profile longer than some relationships last. What happens during this aging process? A lot, actually. 1. The anchovy proteins break down completely, eliminating any fishiness while contributing savory umami notes. 2. The high acidity from the vinegar works to preserve the mixture while extracting flavors from spices and other ingredients. 3. The sugars in the molasses and onions ferment slightly, adding complexity. 4. The wooden barrels themselves impart subtle flavor notes, similar to how whiskey develops character in oak. During aging, the mixture naturally separates, with solids settling to the bottom. This is normal. These solids contain concentrated flavors that will eventually be incorporated back into the final product. After the aging process is complete, the matured sauce undergoes several finishing steps. First, the mixture is thoroughly stirred to reincorporate the settled solids. Then it passes through a filtration process that removes any remaining large particles while preserving the essential flavor compounds. The result is that distinctive dark brown liquid with perfect consistency. Not too thick, not too thin. The sauce is then heated to a specific temperature that halts fermentation and ensures food safety without compromising flavor. This pasteurization step is critical for commercial production, ensuring shelf stability without refrigeration. Finally, the sauce is bottled in those iconic paper-wrapped bottles. Ever wondered why Lea and Perrins bottles have that paper wrapper? It actually originated as a practical solution, protecting the glass bottles during rough sea voyages from England to America, preventing breakage when bottles knocked against each other. Over time, this functional packaging became an iconic part of their brand identity that they've maintained to this day. While traditional Worcestershire sauce follows this time-honored process, some modern manufacturers have developed shortcuts to reduce production time and costs. Some use chemical additives to simulate the aging process, while others heat-treat ingredients to accelerate flavor development. Budget versions might replace anchovies with cheaper protein sources or synthetic umami compounds. They might use artificial coloring instead of the natural caramelization that occurs during aging. The result? A sauce that looks similar but lacks the depth and complexity of traditionally made versions. This is why there's such a noticeable difference between premium Worcestershire sauces and cheaper alternatives. The authentic stuff can't be rushed. Those months of aging are irreplaceable. The finished Worcestershire sauce is truly remarkable. A perfect balance of sweet, sour, salty, and umami that enhances practically anything it touches. From steaks to Bloody Marys, Caesar salads to Welsh rarebit, this sauce has earned its place in kitchens worldwide. Next time you reach for that bottle, take a moment to appreciate the centuries-old process that created this culinary staple. It's not just a condiment, it's liquid history, the result of happy accidents, secret recipes, and patient craftsmanship. Thank you for watching another episode of Everyday Nuggets. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe for more videos. If you have suggestions for other everyday things you'd like to know about, please leave them in the comments below. Stay curious.